What's been going on, sir?
Rudy, man.
What?
Stand the fuck up, man. Y'all in the championship, man. Get up.
I've been up. I mean, I've been up till
Get
5.
up.
I've been up
Keep
till
your shirt
5.
on tonight. Keep your shirt on today, though.
I've been up till 5 a.m. damn near every day putting out content. So I mean, I'm barely sleeping right now.
Rudy,
I'm tired as shit right now.
it happened. No ACC championship, but you win the college football national championship. So that shit means nothing at this moment.
ACC
you win the
championship
game.
Never meant shit. It's never been about the ACC championship.
I mean, you want to win. You want to have one of your memoir. You want to have a trophy in there.
Ohio State lost that. Ohio State lost that shit last year. Won a national.
Yeah, but they still have They still have one or two or three.
Yeah, they might have fired. They might have fired Ryan Day had they not won the national championship last year. So
maybe they might have, man. But man, I'm here, Rudy, man. Big week of football, college, NFL. It's exciting, man. I put in my transcripts. I put in my form, my transfer paper. I'm a UM fan now, Rudy. I'm here, man. And I'm over there. I'm going against all these people on social media. They like, Nick, you're fake. And I'm like, I went to more UM games than y'all this year. Granted, a lot of that's because of Rudy, but I still went to more UM games than a lot of these fans. So, hey, pencil me in, man. I'm a fan now, man. I'm rooting for the home team. They're from the crib. 305. Throw your hands up. We going for a championship, and if they win it, I'm going to the parade.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you are?
Yeah, man. I'm taking the day off, man. I'm going out there to celebrate with my team, man. Big green, big orange, you know. I might even hang out with Michael Irvin on the weekend. I don't know how I'm feeling, man. I'm feeling really good. Feeling really good about what's going on in the city. You get a home game here. When the last time a team got a home game?
In the CFP, never.
I'm just talking about period. I mean, I'll say maybe Georgia.
1994. Yeah, the Hurricanes.
That was the last time a team played in there.
Orange Bowl.
I mean, because it's only like 5 places you play: Georgia, Cali.
But that's
Texas.
not a home game. That's not a home game. Yeah, that's not a home game either. But I mean, they didn't. They I mean, literally in your home stadium.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm just talking about in your state, in your area. That's
I mean, in your state. I don't know if Georgia played in Atlanta or not for the national championship.
That'd be one of the only few
I don't
teams.
remember. I don't know that USC played in LA. In the Rose Bowl.
That'd be a long time ago. And maybe
Texas. Back in 05, 04. Texas never.
They don't have no.
The Cotton Bowl hasn't hosted a championship.
Yeah,
they haven't been to the championship. So that's going back.
It have to be Arizona, and none of those teams are.
Yeah, no, Miami's really the only one that's really ever had the opportunity to play in its home state, let alone home building for a national championship over the last in my lifetime.
You cannot blow this game, Rudy.
I'm not playing.
We can't blow this game, Rudy. We part of this now, man. This home team.
I'm not playing. I'm not the one that would be blowing it if Miami was to lose the game. But Miami's not going to lose the game, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried.
Worried a little bit, man.
No,
nothing about this grown team makes you worried.
Nothing.
I mean, UM is a little bit grown too.
Nothing.
What makes you feel so confident, Rudy? I got it. Tell me. I broke it down a few times. Break it down on live.
I actually do real deep dives on stuff, and people. It's almost as if people fell in love with two games. You fell in love with the Oregon game, which, I mean, if you could just hand someone a gift, that was a gift. I've never seen, I mean, to the point where, and I don't know if this is true or not because it was posted on social media, but there's someone spreading out that Indiana has hacked into people's computers and the tech systems to where they know the plays that are coming before they come, which is why they had the interception to start the game, which you and I have discussed on Dante Moore. Where you told me flat out that Dante Moore should see the positioning of the cornerback and see exactly how he's lined up in formation. And you don't ever make that throw. Like you don't even consider that throw.
It's a tight split. It's a nasty split. As a DB, you're not beating me outside because that's where all your space is. That's the only way you can throw it unless you go run an under route or go across the formation. You're coming back. When people get tight, you get tight to come back outside for the most part. That's basic one-on-ones. You, as a DB, you do alignment, assignment, blah, 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 blah. Assignment, alignment, blah, 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 blah. Either or, whichever way you want to compute it in your head. And I'm looking at his split, and I'm saying, hey, I'm getting outside. So he's already outside leverage. How are you going to beat him to the out? And then you throw the ball on the inside of somebody who's already outside leverage on a 3-step read. He's not going anywhere. He reads the play. He knows it's a rock and throw type of thing. He takes a quick step or two, which is in shotgun. That's a quick read. And you're late. You can't be that on the first play of the game. He shouldn't even looked over there. He should have. It was no reason to look over there. Once you saw that DB in that leverage, he's gonna make a play. There's only way you can make that throw if you throw it out of bounds. You just say, "Hey, I'm gonna throw this one out of bounds."
So what does that tell you about Dante? What does that tell you about Dante Moore as a quarterback that he couldn't read out and play one of the game? Play one.
Rudy, dude, that's the guy that they're telling me the number 1 and number 2 draft pick that they were playing. Those two quarterbacks were playing for who to be the number 1 and number 2 draft pick in this draft this year. And I already said this about the NFL scouts, or them. They just have to make a quarterback a top pick. Like, you don't have to. It's fine. If they're not ready, they're not ready. I mean, great. Dave Chambliss looked better than that, and Chamberlain looked better than that. But then you got to look, but you really think about it, he really should have had 4 interceptions of easy drops. But you see some other plays that you made you think like, okay, he has some potential to be something special, throwing the ball on the run, having a nice strong arm. But it was 4 plays that could have had an interception. 4 plays, easy interceptions.
2 on 1 play.
2 on 1 play. So say 5 easy interceptions, like in their hands. I don't know. A couple of them was thinking about running after the tip ball. You can't like, you don't go up for the post route. Your safety come over and make a hell of a play. You read that your safety going to make the play, so you sit back and you wait for the tip the ball, and it lands in your head, and you fumble it away. You can't make this shit up. Like, you wanted to give that game away at various moments.
Yeah, I don't have. Like I said, I did deep dives on this team, and I've watched a number of their games. I'm still gonna watch more of them before I do my full prediction that I'll drop on Friday. But yeah, I've never heard a team get glazed so much over something that's completely in your face. Like, it's in your face. And watching former professional athletes. By the way, shout out Ed Quinn and Hosehead in the room right now. I've never seen professional athletes like Robert Griffin III, he's a complete abomination. Like, I can never get behind him on anything else ever again. He's just an imbecile. I can't stomach him. Then you got Matt Leinart. Then there was another quarterback who I think played at Missouri, who I forgot what his name was. He made some outrageous comments about now it's the GOAT stuff. The greatest team of all time. If they win, well, yeah, they'll be 16-0 if they win. By all means, that's literally your only barometer for saying something silly like that, because they played nobody throughout most of the year. Like, this will be their biggest win of the year if they win. This will be their biggest win.
But they handle who they supposed to handle, though. They wasn't most of those games are close. They like, if they played them, they really punched teams in the mouth. They didn't give up much defensively.
Great, and I can show you that Miami punched everybody in the mouth too. I mean, yeah, we did lose a couple of games, but they didn't. The games that Indiana played, like, they damn near lost to a 3-5 Penn State, and it turns into, oh my God, what an amazing player Fernando Mendoza is! What a throw! No, that catch might have been the greatest catch of this football season until Malachi Jones' catch last week. That was taken away.
God,
taken away. Outside
that was the best catch I ever seen.
That might have been the best catch of the season, especially with the situation at hand. Because if they don't catch that ball, they're facing 4th and 7 from the 4th and goal from the 7, with the chance to lose the game at Penn State as an undefeated team. And it just shows you how the margins are so slim and the opinions change like the weather based on how the ball bounces. A Louisville guy picking off the ball by the tip of his fingers against Miami, or a bogus penalty called on a dead ball that gives a 4th and 8 a first down against SMU. Like, these are the margins. Like, if Miami wins those 2 games against 2 9-4 teams, those teams are now 8-5, and Miami's 15-0 also. And are we having the same conversation? I highly doubt it. Now, heck, maybe Miami doesn't make the playoffs if that's the case. I mean, doesn't get this far because they've been playing from a mentality of first of all, y'all, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, so I don't know what y'all is, but I don't know what y'all is. I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. This is a Miami Hurricane show primarily, um, because you never know how they would have reacted, and maybe they would have relaxed later on in the season because that's what Miami's done in the past. They've been playing from a playoff perspective since week 8, since they were 6-2. It's been playoff game. And the fact that they got a bunch of dudes all sick before the Fiesta Bowl as it came out, after the fact that they had about 20, 25 guys with the flu, I mean, that can be attributed to the fact they've traveled for 5 of the last 7 weeks. They've been in planes over and over again. I don't know about you, but when I go on a plane, I almost always get sick. I almost always get sick. Now, they're chartered, but I get sick all the time on planes. I got sick after I flew back from New York for one freaking day because some guy next to me was hacking the entirety of the trip. But it's just those slimmest margins that formulate opinions, and you'll hear stuff like, okay, well, Mendoza is and Mendoza's a good player. Is he a great?
He's a good player.
Great player. We need to stop this. There's not really a great quarterback in the country this year. And when I put numbers together, and I'll show you the differences of Carson Beck's numbers against AP top 25 teams, they're actually better than Mendoza's. They're better. They're actually statistically better in every category, from completion percentage to quarterback rating to yardage to touchdowns. Now, that's actually the fact. That's a fact. I didn't make it up. And it also, so you look at all those scenarios and then look at the fact that, damn, I criticize who Notre Dame played. Indiana's played 6 of the 7 worst teams in the Big Ten. Like 6 of the 7 worst teams in the Big Ten. They played the 4 worst teams in the Big Ten. Their last 6 games were all 6 of the worst 7 teams in the Big Ten. Like, their schedule, it makes Notre Dame's schedule look good. That's how bad their schedule was, because at least Notre Dame played Miami and Texas A&M. Indiana played Oregon, and that was it.
I don't want to ended up with Ohio State.
No, that was the conference championship. Not regular.
I get what you're saying, but it was still part of the schedule.
Right. And you know what? They were a huge underdog, and everyone picked them to lose.
But they won.
Like, that's the inconsistency of the attitude. Is like, when that game was played, all these guys that are gawking Indiana right now all picked them to lose.
Yeah.
They did not believe in them. They still had Ohio State picked as their projected national champion, even after Indiana beat them, for which I admit I was cheering for Indiana. I can't stand Ohio State. And if Miami wasn't in this game right now, I'd be cheering for Indiana right now. I'm keeping it real. Thank you, Whitley and Pierre. Appreciate you. I'd be cheering for Indiana right now because I love their story. I love what they've done. I'm a fan. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to national imbeciles who say they watch football and just give a nonstop blowjob and ignore the scheduling. Stop ignoring scheduling, because you sure as shit use scheduling against Miami. Because I want to know how you can sit here and tell me that Indiana had a better schedule than Miami. That schedule? Really?
Go by Oregon. So you compare their best team on their schedule would be Oregon against Notre Dame. Against Notre Dame.
I would take Notre Dame against Oregon every single day of the week. I thought Oregon was overrated garbage all season. I said it for weeks.
Yeah, you have.
Indiana beat them. I expected Indiana to fucking beat them. And did I say 56-22? No, nobody did. Indiana didn't see themselves beating them by 34. I'm sure Indiana also didn't see them being given the ball and Dante Moore fumbling off of his running back's arm, which is on him. But Indiana acts like, oh, we did that. You didn't do shit. That's like just dropping the football. That's dropping the football.
Hey, but the opponent that's there, they punched in the mouth. At the end of the day.
But they got outgained, and they got out everything in that game.
But UM can't come out. UM can't come out like they did against Ole Miss. No. I mean, not how they came out. They came out pretty good. They actually came out pretty well. They just didn't finish shit that they were supposed to finish, and they gave up a big play here, and things changed.
If that one running play doesn't happen, and it happened after a penalty, so it was 2nd and 8, We have that dumbass offsides penalty, and they come out 2nd and 3 to start the second quarter.
But looked like they didn't play. That wasn't focused football.
Fine. Yeah, and it turns out 25 guys had the flu.
I get it, but Rudy, you pushing somebody on the sideline, which should be a fucking penalty. That's stupid. That's stupidity. You cannot do that.
And I can show you 8 holdings on the fucking left tackle holding fucking Ruben Bain all game.
No, I get that. But I'm talking about accountability as you win, team.
I'm okay. I'm not even there yet. I'm talking about Indiana right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Indiana, because I know what Miami did wrong, and you know what? All that doing wrong and dropping 4 interceptions, and you still won.
They still won
because you had the ball for 41 and a half minutes. You ran the ball down their fucking throat, and the only reason that game wasn't a blowout was because Shannon Dawson kept playing with the fucking ball, playing with the ball. Let's go gimmick this shit with a Mally cat. Let's go gimmick with a fucking
run the fucking ball, Rudy.
Run the ball.
They get 6 yards to carry.
You're getting chunked. I mean, and they did that after Miami had big running plays each time. And
there was no need to get cute.
There was no need for it. And so you at least gave away, even on Carson Beck's interception, which I'm sure people in the media will say, Carson Beck threw another pick. The ball was tipped. Keelan Marion was wide open because we would have hit him right at the break. He's wide open. Great play by the defense. We can give credit to people for making a play. And that cost us at least 3, but that happened right after a penalty. Because if it's 3rd and 7, maybe we're running the football again. I don't know. Because we're getting 10 yards a chunk. There was a play where they literally pushed Mark Fletcher 20 yards down the field, the offensive line.
They were in their bag. The whole line, the run game, amazing. Like, you just had to do that. I didn't like how Beck came out to start the game. He was a little shaky on his throws.
Yeah, he missed that throw on.
I was nervous. Looked real Trent Dilferish.
I was never nervous about winning that game. Honestly, I was never nervous about it. Now in the fourth quarter, you're like, whoa, my God, we're gonna do all of this, and have it. I mean, but I still believe we would come back and win the fucking game. It's just it didn't need to be there. But I also thought that had a lot to do with making. Hell, I thought that you look at the pick 6 that got dropped before the half. It's pick 6.
Yeah.
It's pick 6. Jacoby Thomas drops a pick 6. Fucking touchdowns right there, which both turned into points the other direction.
Right on the hits. You read that, you jump it, you gotta catch it.
If Trinidad, and that's why I said how great that play was for Keontae Scott. I'm repeating it to everyone for the 5th time. Because Nick, I know you're a DB, but y'all motherfuckers can't catch. That's why you
can't catch. But I told y'all it's different
y'all
when it's coming
at you. Catch, and it's you get so excited. The ball's coming. Oh my God, it's coming.
No, it's not that. It's not that. You're catching it from a different vantage point of you not knowing where the ball is going to go. As a receiver, you go bum, 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 bum. I turn around, the ball should be there. Yes. As a DB, you're reacting to the receiver to play, and like, oh shit, it's coming to my face. Ball to your face. Taking ball to the face. And pause. Ball to the face, and you drop it. It's tough. I'm gonna make excuses just because I probably dropped about 15 in my career. So I probably dropped about 15 of the motherfuckers in my career. I don't know, but if I play receiver, I can catch. I'm phenomenal. I don't drop passes, but as a DB, it's tougher seeing that ball coming at you like that.
The deep ball that got tipped in the air by Xavier Lucas, and the ball literally falls through his arms behind him.
I think he was thinking about running.
But they're always thinking about running. All you selfish fucking DBs are always thinking about trying to score rather than catching the goddamn ball.
We don't get enough of these motherfucking opportunities. So when we do, we want to score a damn touchdown. You think about dodging him. I got to make this play spectacular because I don't get many opportunities to get my hands on the ball and then go score. Like, getting an interception is amazing, but you want to score because you get the fame, the glitz and glamour from getting in the end zone, baby.
You're a bunch of fucking divas, like receivers.
Pull off my helmet, let the fans see me do my 1-2. Come on, I gotta shine, baby.
That's why I say, like, when he made that play, I thought that was such a big play because it's like he not only hit the hole perfectly, caught it in stride, and he's gone. Like, it don't matter how fast Jeremiah Smith was, he wasn't catching him. Like, he wasn't catching him. I was just afraid that Keontae Scott started to jog and look over at the sideline, like he wanted to do some posing and stuff like that. But, it's one of those things where Trinidad Chambliss is getting another one getting his dick sucked. He threw 4 passes right to Miami players. And if those are so, this is the guy that had 3 picks all year. Understand from a perspective of people said, well, Miami only sacked him once. We had 4 dropped interceptions that happened because of that defensive line. That's happened because of these dudes. For what they did up front, maybe he's releasing it too earlier than he wants to. Maybe he sees something he doesn't see. Maybe he's confused on something. And here you go. Yes, this is the Nick Taylor who played at FIU, Bradenton Kane. Yes, this is. And so maybe you see this, and you're sitting here saying, "Shit, man!" Like it's. You at that point, you're sitting here saying Miami wins that game by at least 4 touchdowns if we have those 2 picks. Just 2 of them. Just those 2 pick sixes that were easy.
The running back or somebody went to the flats and he tried to throw the out to the guy behind him, and he just, who was that? 24? Was that him that dropped it over there? The one on the sideline.
It was 24. There was 24 who dropped it. And then there was the one that Jacoby Thomas dropped that were both.
Jacoby Thomas. I know Jacoby dropped that one, but the other one, he threw it to the sideline. And he should have just threw it to the guy in the flats, but I don't know what he tried to read. The over-under, and he threw it to the one behind. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, Chambliss. But he has potential. It's just like those were game-changing plays that could have flipped the script like tremendously. I saw, and after Beck started getting it going, he started making some good sound decisions, good plays, using his legs. If Beck could run a 4.7, he'll be dangerous.
Dude, Carson Beck made plays with his legs. He made plays with his arm. I'm so happy for Carson Beck from the perspective of all he's been is shit on all year. He gets shitted on every unfairly shit on, and he led Miami to 2 75-yard drives in the 4th quarter
when they needed it.
And yet we're gonna go into this game and the same fucking narrative is being pushed. Can you trust Carson Beck? The guy could literally fucking make water turn to wine and turn 1 fish into 5,000 fish and be the prophet and make women orgasm by just looking at them and he would still be questioned for his ability. This is a guy that a year ago before he got hurt was a projected number 1 overall pick and a Heisman candidate, but his fucking scrub ass receivers at Georgia couldn't catch. And yet then he tried to become a hero at times. Certainly, it happens. He wasn't trying to be a hero against Louisville. We were at that game. He wasn't trying to be a hero versus SMU. I saw that game. Everyone saw that game. But yet the narrative gets spun in a way to degrade him and dismiss him as if he's not something. And by the way, Trinidad Chambliss is older than Carson Beck. So for all people that are talking about Beck is old as shit, Chambliss is older than him. And so back to the point was Indiana, I've dug in on their games. They played 9 bums. Like we can call a spade a spade. They played 9 bums out of their 12 regular season games. 9. And Penn State is a bum, okay? You played Oregon. They're not a bum, but they're not what people think they are. I never thought they were. Because look at who Oregon's best win was. USC. You know who beat USC? Notre Dame. So you know who beat, and then now you have the Notre Dame fans coming back with their crash. I just dropped a video on that stuff. I hope you enjoy that one and get your laugh on, because the crybaby session from when they found out they weren't making the playoffs was hilarious. And listen to Marcus Freeman lie to his players about how we don't know. I don't have the answers for you. I don't know why. No, you do know why. Head-to-head matters, and you're a football player, and you goddamn well know that. So, you look at the Oregon schedule. Their schedule was podunk, crap, cotton candy, garbage. They didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Michigan, who was not that good, but they didn't play them.
I got a question. So who do you think had a good schedule? Like if I'm just
right now, Miami just went through a 3-team gauntlet that no one thought they'd win one singular game. They won all 3, and they dominated them physically. All 3 of them. All 3 of them.
I'm talking about regular season.
Okay, Notre Dame opening the season as an underdog on your home field, the team that went to the national championship. When they played fucking USF, USF's offense was humming. They're ranked 18th in the country. I think Byron Brown is the equivalent to Trinidad Chambliss. That was a hellified great offense, 3rd in the country, held them to 12 points, dominated them physically, whooped their ass all over the field. Then you got the Florida State game, the Florida game, where they didn't win on the field, but they gave everybody headaches this year for the most part. They gave almost everybody. Hell, they lost to Georgia by 4. They were beating Ole Miss on the road.
They were beating
in the
Ole
fourth
Miss.
quarter. Like, this is the thing. Like, so they beat Texas badly on their home field. These are the things that I'm talking about. And while I'm not going to sit here and say Florida was a great team, they weren't by any means.
But when you
Still,
look at the perspective, when you deep dive into their
isn't,
scheduling and their wins, Texas, who everybody behold and love.
Yeah, they want to put Texas in the playoffs at 9-3 with a loss to Florida. And yet you do remember that this is still an in-state rival that has, and on top of that, it game was 20-0 if they don't call that fucking 50-yard run back. That was a 20-0 game, which turned into 12-7. And then the referees nearly flipped that game upside down. I mean, I don't complain about referees all that much, but that officiating job, that game was horrific. You're blowing a whistle when the guy is 7 yards past the line of scrimmage and no one's in front of him. You take away a touchdown. That's just despicable. You realistically could have sucked your whistle up and said, "No, the DB kept chasing him."
Miami didn't lose to two bums. They
didn't lose to two. He's trolling.
Okay.
He's trolling. Okay. And they didn't lose to two bums. They lost to two 9-4 teams. And in fact, Louisville was 7-1 in the first CFP. So, and ranked 15th. And SMU up until the week before the conference championship was with a win would have been playing for the conference championship and probably would have been in the playoffs too.
Yes.
But I still think Miami makes the playoffs even with SMU. And then finally, FSU. FSU's coming off putting up 700 yards a game. I don't care who it's against. You put up 770 yards of offense, and their offense is moving, and they beat the hell out of Bama. Yeah. And they had lost to Virginia, which kind of fucked everything up a little bit because I wanted that undefeated matchup. But Miami was beating the doors off their ass in Tallahassee and literally made them quit the rest of their season. That game was 28-3. The game was fucking over. We all know what happened. And that's when Miami's ego got a little bit big. And I think Mario Cristobal did not help these guys at the time by turning the offense off, turning the defense off, and allowed FSU to get back in. He allowed bad habits to creep in at that time. That was on Mario, in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's Mario. And by the way, I think SMU and Louisville could both beat Oregon. They wouldn't beat Indiana or Ohio State, but they could. But hell, they beat us. So on any given day, they could actually because they proved it by beating us. And I'm not going to take it away from them. They did their job. I don't think Hurricane fans did their job at the Louisville game when you walk in there and there's 30,000 people on a Friday night, and yet someone's saying, "Oh, he sold 57,000 some odds." We didn't even sell the game out on a Friday night against a 4-1 ACC opponent.
Friday night in Miami.
But you know what? I don't want to hear it. You're at home. You're undefeated. You're ranked second in the country, and you can't sell your building out. And the game starts, and there's 30,000 people there. Like that's dog shit. And then you have watching motherfuckers walk out with 8 minutes to go after the interception by Beck on 4th and 4, and he throws it up in the air because the reality was his left guard whiffed on a block. But people forget that. But, going back to it, Indiana has not faced a real pass rush all year. That was the point to get to. Indiana has not faced a pass rush all year. Oregon's got no pass rush. Alabama has no pass rush. Even though they sacked him twice in the first 2 plays, I think it was of that game.
Yeah,
they have no pass rush. You go through all the Big Ten teams in the country, they have no pass rush. Ohio State's pass rush is mediocre. In fact, that's the best pass rush they faced all year. All year. So if I tell you right now, the sacks amount from all the real teams they played, not the freaking podunks. Illinois, 29 sacks. Iowa, who shut them down, 26 sacks. Oregon, 30 sacks. You played them twice. Then no pass rush. Michigan State, 22 sacks. UCLA, 10 sacks all year. Maryland, 27. Penn State, 32. Again, another team that made it really, really difficult. 32. Wisconsin, 32. Ohio State, 35. Alabama, 33. Miami's got damn near 50 sacks. Miami puts pressure on the quarterback relentlessly. And even if they don't fucking get his ass, if they hurry his ass, you can see throws like the Trinidad Chambliss throw. And you have his, and Nick.
Yeah.
What's your toughest matchup as a defensive back when you're playing somebody? I'm asking you because I have no idea what your answer is going to be, but I think I know what it will be. But you tell me what your toughest matchup is against a wide receiver.
I
You're
hate the
5'9",
little,
195. Just
I
people
hate,
that just let you know that.
I hate the quick ones, man. I like
Yeah.
big people. I like covering big receivers. The quicker ones that got the tat 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 tat.
Yeah,
Ha
so
ha ha.
you didn't
Oh
answer
yeah.
you didn't answer the way I expected. I remember the one guy who caught multiple touchdowns over your head. Why? Because he had 5 inches on you.
Yeah. But I felt like that was more luck than that was supposed to happen. I prefer bigger receivers because I like playing a physical game, preferably for me. But
Physical game. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
for most part, you got you have DBs who are smaller. The tougher ones will be the bigger guys because it's just a throw it up game for the most part. Body position, throw it up. So you got to beat them. You got to beat them with your feet. Everything got to beat them with body position. Your feet quicker than them, things of that nature. But when that ball get in the air, is my job is say, hey, you could jump up higher than me, but you have to come down and land with the ball in your hand when you come to the ground. So you can jump in the air and I can still punch it out and things of that nature. But that is a tough matchup. Preferably me, I can't stand them little quick
So
Tony.
you would love to cover Malachi Tony.
Uh uh
Now,
And
now
because different things, because he don't also get it off routes. He gets it with screens and big ass 300 pounders are coming tumbling towards me and things of that nature.
his 36-yard screen touchdown. No one laid a block on anyone
Nobody
except
touched
for
him.
C.J. Daniels at the end. None of the linemen blocked anybody. They were literally
They didn't need
in
to.
the way.
He
They
was
were in the
gone.
way.
He was
He was
gone
he
before.
was like
He
this.
was he was gone. And when they talk about hold on, let's go. I hate to bring it here. You know what I'm about to say though. You know what did we argue for an hour the last live about? About Malachi Tony. You can replace him with any receiver, and and you will be the same
That
team.
wasn't us. That was the geniuses that
I
on
know.
the
I say,
chat.
dude, what did we argue for an hour with
Yeah,
somebody else
that,
for an
that
hour?
Miami would still be in the playoffs without Malachi Tony.
You're out your You're out your
All right.
mind. You can replace him with anybody else.
Miami would have been 8-4 at
I don't,
best without
I
Malachi
don't know if
Tony.
there's any player in the country you can replace him with, and I'm talking about Jeremiah Smith and all. I don't think there's any player you can replace him with because he doesn't do the same things Tony does. He's more on the inside. He's catching screens, and just when he get that ball in his hand, it's amazing to see. He's a baby too out there. Oh my
So
gosh.
what I was going to say specifically was when your offensive line in the CFL and you average 330 across the line and you're
Yeah,
playing a bunch of dudes that are 275
yeah.
and you're an O lineman, how do you look at that matchup?
Let's pound it. Let's go. Let's go.
How do you look at that team? Like, how do you view them? Like, I'm a 6'6", 6'7", 330-pound dude, and the guy in front of me is 260.
They're too small.
If I get my hands on you, you're dead.
It's over. There's nothing you can do.
And
You have to make moves around me. You have to get out my way. I'm coming. I'm a train.
and Miami runs duo a lot, so they're
Yeah.
double teaming these guys in the inside.
You can't.
The
You're
tight
stuck.
end blocks, and you watch the plays, and you watch how it's like you got
It's do.
6'6",
It's a
330, and 6'9", 6'5", 320, and they're hitting you at the same damn time,
and
and they're
then they
6'6",
move on to the next,
350,
and then they move on to
and
the
they're moving on
linebacker.
to the next guy after that, and you're watching the linebackers trying to find the guy, and then once Fletcher gets in front of them, they literally just shove his ass forward and
That
just
was
keep pushing forward. I've never seen a disparity like this. 53 pounds on average per man across that line. Markel Bell is 6'9". He's listed at 340, 345. If that dude is 345, I'm 290 because that dude looks like he's about 370. He's massive. I've been in the room with that dude. He is a mountain. Inez Cooper is a mountain. Maui Ngoa, I don't know how they have him as 315. That dude is a monster. 6'6", he got to be 335. Like, I think their weights are undervalued. They
yeah.
have a line that's only bigger. The only line bigger than them is probably the Philadelphia Eagles. And you're talking about you're going up man on man, and you just watched Miami cave in the defensive line of the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm not worried about Mississippi Ole Miss because we expected that.
Yeah,
But even
respect.
though that was still impressive, 41 plus minutes of possession, and then even against A&M, just ran the ball down the field, down up their ass. But the Ohio State game specifically, and Ohio State's defensive line is bigger than Indiana's, and you could do all the stunting in the world you want. If I'm running the football, your stunts, that only matters in pass rush to me.
So you say you
Realistically,
only lose this game if Dawson fuck it up.
if you there's two ways to lose. You don't play clean, which means you commit a whole bunch of dumb fucking penalties, pre-snap penalties. I mean, you remove the pre-snap penalties against Ole Miss, Miami wins by 3 touchdowns. And that's not even including the freaking interceptions that got dropped. And you don't do that gimmicky dumb shit that allows those silly stunts to work. Because the only gimmick play I would want to see and call it a gimmick would be the end around. That's it.
Okay.
I don't want to see any more of that flea flicker shit, QB throwback, double pass. Like, and if you're gonna run it, you gotta run it like Nick. You don't run the flea flicker at the 34-yard line. You run it at the 50 or the 40 of the other side, so you have space.
Yeah.
They ran it to 34-yard after running the ball for 20 yards. Like, what are you doing, sir? And people got mad at the criticism of that, but it's like, dude, what are you doing right there? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Because it's a long developing play, so you want to have long developing routes for the most part. You know, for the most part.
I mean, I'm not running a flea flicker to throw a 10-yard out.
No.
But yeah, this game is decided in 2 spots. The line. Here's the thing I'm going to say again that I just can't believe. Like I asked you this a few weeks back. Have you ever heard any? I think I asked it to you. Have you ever heard people say that someone has the better O line and D line and then pick them to lose?
That's rare.
That's literally what happened against Ohio State. Everybody picked Ohio State, and they're doing the same shit with Indiana. And everyone knows Miami's better up front on both sides of the ball. Oh, but Indiana plays a clean game. They don't commit penalties. They don't do this. They don't throw picks. Well, until Mendoza throws a pick at his own 20 against Ohio State that gives them a touchdown, or throws a pick 6 against Oregon in their first game that makes it a 20-20 game in the fourth quarter. Oh, you didn't see those games, right? Or the fact that Beck throws it at a higher completion rate than Mendoza. I know you've thrown less picks. Great. Congrats. Let's stop acting like Carson Beck is throwing a pick every 3rd pass. He's throwing 1 pick every 40 passes. No, and Mendoza's throwing 1 pick every 58 passes. What?
I mean, Mendoza's hot right now. 8 touchdowns to 5 incompletions.
He's throwing the ball 20 fucking times.
That's still an impressive number. I don't care who the hell you are. Rudy, 8 touchdowns to 5 incompletions. That's impressive.
That means you're throwing the ball in the red zone. You're throwing the ball in the red zone. You're throwing the ball in the red zone when you got 2,000-yard backs.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go look again at these incredible lengthy touchdown passes that he's thrown.
He had the one over route for sure. That was the post route.
All right, let's see here. A 21-yard touchdown pass, a 24-yard touchdown pass.
He was throwing some.
That was it. That was against Alabama. So a 24 and a 21-yard touchdown pass, and a 1-yard pass. So you got a 1-yard lengthy touchdown pass against Alabama.
24 and 21 were nice.
Great. Okay. And in that game, he threw for 200. I'm sorry. Yeah. I want to compare it because Beck threw for 268 and they act like he didn't play well again. There's people that are still questioning him. Mendoza threw for 192 against Alabama. Like, let's not act like he was 14 and 16.
He had to throw for 200 yards.
He threw for 200 yards, bro. And they rushed the ball for 215. Yeah. So how'd they win the game? They ran the ball. They won the game. They won the game. They won the game running the football. Mm-hmm. Oregon, he was 17 to 20, 5 touchdowns. Great. Okay. 20. Okay. You had pick 6, 8-yard pass, 36-yard pass to Becker, 2-yard pass, 13-yard pass, 3-yard pass. I mean, he's got the 1 for 36. I mean, Beck had 1 for 50. And you know what they did? They criticized him for it. Oh, that was easy. He was open. You know that Marion didn't break stride on that pass. Marion did not break stride on that pass. And there was another one that Beck threw in that game, if I recall correctly, that went right into our guy's arms and was dropped. If I recall correctly, he had another deep ball that was right there that was just a good. I think it was a good play by the. If I remember
defender made
correctly,
it. Defender.
a defender made a great play on it, and it was a perfectly
Yeah.
thrown ball. Like you couldn't. No, Alex Bauman. It's in his goddamn hands. Catch it. Catch it. Like, I can't make you catch it too. So I'm not going to get up and jump up and down and hear about how amazing Mendoza is. This is a guy that we saw play last year. He played for Cal. He played well. We've seen him play. We've competed against him. We know what he can do.
Hometown kid.
I'm very sorry, Dina. I don't know what crude analogy I made. Did I say a woman orgasm? Was that the crude analogy you didn't like? I apologize, but this is a sports show. I'm crude. I'm sorry. I'm crude. I could have said a man orgasm if you wanted to. I mean, that would have been better. But like Mendoza throws for 177 and 192, and these people are sitting here acting like he's God.
It's because of the 8 touchdowns to 5 incompletions, really.
So what? What does that matter?
But what
does that matter?
I'm just telling you what the people are
so
thinking.
Was Carson? Who was
if Carson Beck had 8 touchdowns to 5 incompletions,
they would still tell you right now that they don't trust him. They would still nationally say he can still throw 4 picks. They would still say that because that's all because Carson Beck just played his best game of the season, or one of them. I mean, completion-wise, he only completed 62% of his passes. Mm-hmm. But in the crunch time, in clutch
moments,
he was the best player on the field. Like, he was the best player on the field. This guy was responsible for everything in the fourth quarter. He was it.
I agree.
And yet the day after, it's, well, you know, he made some bad throws early on,
he righted the ship though, man. And me, I don't get these coaches, man. Gets the ball back with 3.5 minutes, whatnot it was, and these teams just sit back and let the team drive the ball up the field. You go and prevent defense. I made a post about this. Like, if I'm a coach in that situation, I'm 0 blitzing or +1 blitzing. If anybody don't know what that means I'm sending more people than y'all can pick up. The quarterback is responsible for the blitzer. He got to get the ball out before the blitzer get there, unless y'all sits back extra protection. And I'm making you make a play. Either we're going to force a turnover, or you're going to hurry up and rush down the field and score a touchdown quickly. And then my offense, who has been moving the ball in the fourth quarter, is going to get a chance to with more than damn 20 seconds left on the clock to go move the ball down the field. I don't get these coordinators in these situations of, I'm gonna call it what it is, hoeing up. But
are you talking about Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, and I seen it also with Carolina over the weekend against Stafford.
Well, let me ask you a question. What exactly are you supposed to do when that's what your offense has been all year? That's the problem. When you run that tempo garbage, you don't know how to do anything else. And their running back, Lacey, was honestly compromised. His hamstring was jacked.
But I'm saying, as a defensive coordinator, I'm giving Chambliss the ball back with more. If it's either he's going to get the ball back and we know we got to score, or we're going to force a turnover and we win the game. It's either way. I'm not letting you pound out the clock the whole time for 3 minutes and let Beck do whatever the hell he wants.
You thought Miami pounded out the clock?
They had the ball they had the ball for 2 minutes and 55 seconds on that last possession.
Yeah, and they threw the ball, I think, 13 times.
Yeah, but it was like 5 yards, 7 yards, a 14-yarder, things of that nature.
And there was a bunch of incompletes in there. But
you're going to hit me with a big play.
But what exactly were they supposed to do? In your
opinion? Ole Miss. I'm turning on the heat. We're blitzing.
They did.
We're coming with zero.
They blitzed them the whole game.
Zero blitz every play. You're going to score really fast.
You're going to get beat deep, probably.
And so that's what I'm saying. And then guess what? We're going to have the ball last when my offense been moving the ball. I'd rather have the ball last with my top quarterback than not have the ball with my quarterback.
Well, there's no guarantee that you're going to score.
No, there's no guarantee, but I'd rather lose lose that way than we run out of time. You get what I'm saying on that
Well,
on that part right there?
do you think that Miami's dropping 15 guys into the end zone from
I'm
the
not
18,
saying that, but
from the 20-yard line?
They were successful in the fourth quarter moving the ball.
They were because Miami was back down to 2 freshman cornerbacks, and guys were probably tired, but they also dropped these dudes way too far back. Like I didn't understand why Heatherman dropped these guys so far back. Like everybody's dropped back, you know, to the point where even that the way they approached that didn't make a lot of sense to me because first of all they need a touchdown. So
yeah,
you keep your safeties back, but I'm not dropping 7 dudes back and only rushing or 8 dudes back and rushing 3. Like I don't understand that.
They force you.
I know, and I hate it.
I think
it's prevent. And usually Dolphin style prevents you from winning. Back the way I grew up.
But your safety, I think, was in the middle. I was running 8, so you had 3 safeties back. So he's right there in the middle of the field. He lets a freaking glance route come right in front of his face.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, why are you letting that happen? Like that.
Like it's the middleman. You kind of are free to like make a play.
And everyone crying for pass interference. Man, blow me with that crap, man. They had a PI called on a slant pattern where the ball was thrown into the dirt, and they called the PI.
It was still a pass. It was a pass.
It was, and I've heard quarterbacks. I've had quarterbacks I've seen her say, "You don't call that. That's not PI."
No, you call that. Really,
no,
you call that. Because if he doesn't grab him, I get what you're saying, but if you don't grab him, I'm a DB. If you don't grab him, he makes it. He makes that catch, or he has a chance.
Was thrown to the ground. He would never had a chance in shit to catch it. But again, I thought they were giving them dude. They were giving freaking Ole Miss all kinds of opportunities. Ruben Bain was being tackled the whole game. Like, we need to stop the cap and not act like this guy wasn't being literally grabbed around the throat all game long by that left tackle. He was being held the whole game.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
And I'm not going to grab. And Miami had 2 major PIs that weren't called the other direction on deep balls where their DB was literally wrapped 2 arms around our dude. First, it was Keelan Marion. First, it was CJ Daniels. Then one was Keelan Marion. And then they were late on calling that one on Keelan Marion where the dude grabs his freaking face mask and turns it around. It's like they waited to call it.
They had to make sure it was the face mask.
But isn't that just PI? Is it really a face mask or is it just PI?
No, it's
PI still.
PI, it's the same. PI.
It's PI face mask. Because it was a PI. And it's like you're waiting to throw the flag. Like, what are you waiting on? You didn't see his
making
head
sure, Rudy. Making sure that was his head that got twisted.
Not his leg.
Because it wasn't. I'm just saying because it was a back shoulder throw, so it is a kind of a, tough one to judge.
I'm not mourning for them and not having a PI called. I couldn't.
Of course not. Why would you?
I'm not because you know what? On every jump ball, there's usually PI. On every Hail Mary, there's usually PI. I've seen guys get completely 2 hands shoved in the back, and they don't call it.
But that was more one-on-one. That wasn't like.
And you know what? They were both grabbing each other. So stop crying.
No, he did push off a little bit at the beginning.
The wide receiver had his freaking hand under his freaking jaw, like, and yes, dude had his freaking hand in his freaking.
At the end of the day, if he did call it, he goes to the 20-yard line.
It still doesn't guarantee you're winning, and he threw the ball out of bounds. Threw the ball, landed out of bounds.
He could have caught that in bounds.
We're done.
He could have caught it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Miami needs to work on last second freaking Hail Marys because they still ain't learned from last year how to deal with a Hail Mary.
That damn. Well, Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Knock it. Just knock it. But again, it's because you allowed them to get 50 yards on 2 plays. You turned it into an actual pass, not just a heave. But no, what do you so no, am I worried about Indiana? I'm really not. I'm more worried about Miami not making mistakes because that's where my worry isn't on Indiana or anything that they can do. Because if you're telling me Iowa can stop that offense and Penn State can stop that offense and Ohio State stop that offense, why the hell can't Miami stop that? I look at Indiana and Ohio State as basically the same damn team.
Indiana has a good defense.
Ohio State had the number 1 defense in the country. Ohio State had the number 1 defense in the country. Like, so what are we talking about? Yes, they have a good defense. This team is the same team. They're the same team.
I'm just saying this should be
with a smaller D line.
This should be a good
and they get and Indiana does have the best pass rush that Miami has seen besides Texas A&M. They have 45 sacks. But when I read you these numbers and I tell you how many sacks these teams have had, none of these teams have a pass rush. So Fernando Mendoza has never been running for his life. He's never been running for his life. You stop the run, you put pressure on Mendoza, you win the game. And obviously you control your on offense, you run the ball 150 plus, you win the game. And I don't see why that doesn't happen. I'm in my home building. Stop. These Indiana people saying, we're going to have 70%. No, the freaking hell you're not. You got 20,000 tickets. We got 20,000 tickets. The rest of that crap is corporate garbage. And whoever buys that, I'm sorry, unless the Indian people are selling their houses to buy flights that are costing almost $1,000 a ticket, plus a $3,000 to $5,000 ticket to sit in the roof. That's where I'm sitting.
And then Airbnb.
And then the hotels and however it's costing this much. I mean, if they're paying 50 G's to come down here for the weekend, but we're still going to have 70% of that building. I don't give a darn what they think. I've been in the national championship in the home stadium, and we played in Nebraska. We had 70% of that building. When we played in Nebraska in 91, we had 70% of the building. When we played Oklahoma in 87, 70% of the building. In 83, 70% of the building. Now, I think the ticket prices are disgusting, but
Yeah, I'll be at home.
I'll be in the building. Man, I didn't get credentialed though, so that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
I got credentialed for the game for the press conference stuff in Miami Beach Convention Center, but I didn't get credentialed. A lot of people that I know, some people I know did, and I mean, it's really bogus because they're giving credentials to people that don't cover Miami. They just cover college football. They don't cover Indiana. They don't cover Miami. They just cover college football, these national podcasts and stuff like that. And I know local guys that have gotten them as well. And I'm cool with that. They've been doing this for a very, very long time. I know a guy that's been covering Miami for 30 years who didn't get credentialed.
Dang.
Like he's 30 years but he doesn't have a platform that's very, very large anymore.
Okay.
He's on the radio. Now he's got his own little podcast. I mean, I get one video that draws more than his does, and I've been not as long as he has.
Yeah.
But it is tougher to get credentials for this. My parking pass $400. The tickets $475 a pop. I got them face value. Everyone on the Hurricanes groups that are crying about this stuff. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I love y'all, but I don't feel any pity for you. I may, and you may not like it, but if you're in the Hurricane Club and you're and season ticket holder, you got an email on December 8th. You literally were told before the playoffs began, you can pick your games, and you will not be charged until we get to that point. Yeah. So if we don't get to that point, you will not be charged. It literally is written on there. So if you decided that you didn't believe that Miami Hurricanes get to the national championship, you still should have put in for your 4 to 6 tickets. If you had, you would have gotten. I had my tickets confirmed within 20 minutes of Miami beating Ole Miss, within 20 minutes. Yeah. And so all the complaining and all the it's all here. So they sent them out today, and all the complaining about it. It's like you chose to not grab the ticket. Like that's illogical. Why didn't you say yes? And then on top of that, on Friday, so we won Thursday. On Friday, they emailed again, or Friday after the game, it said you'll be billed on January 12th.
Yeah.
So you can fix whatever credit card you have on file. If you don't have enough money on there, put with the right credit card on there. Because God forbid you have the wrong credit card, they can't process it. They might just dump you and move it to somebody else, which is possible. And so I just don't like these groups are going crazy, and then people want to go tailgate without a ticket and are complaining because you're not allowed. They're not going to let you tailgate without a ticket. Yeah, you want to know why? Because I just paid $4 for a freaking parking pass because you bought them all because you didn't have money for a ticket. Yeah. Go to a damn bar. There's a billion freaking watch parties all over this. I get it. You want to beat the stadium. I get it.
Yeah. No, not that bad.
I want to get home. I want to get home before 5 a.m.
Hey, good luck.
Because you know what's going to happen should Miami win.
Oh, man.
These people without tickets who
are
going to
be there all night.
They're never going to leave.
They're never going to leave.
Unless they get arrested, they're never going to leave.
Unless they get.
They're going to have to be brought up in paddy wagons. Like, you're just. I mean, I know we'll be there for a while, but I
Yeah.
remember when the Miami Heat won in '06, and I went to the arena with my buddy to watch it on TV at the arena because it was Game 6 in Dallas, and we're watching it in the arena, and we win. We go outside to one of the parking lots that no longer exists anymore because they built all these buildings down on every parking lot. I didn't leave that parking lot for 2.5 hours.
Can't
And
get out.
imagine having to drop a deuce and you can't leave the parking lot. Like you're sitting here like, what the hell? Will people start moving? And that's when the people who don't know sports start bringing out pots and pans and start doing that frick dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's dumb shit, but they're having fun. People have never watched a basketball game or a football game or a hockey game before. And doink, 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 doink. Who do you got? So yes, to me it's real simple. And Indiana has not faced the competition that Miami's just gone through just to get to this point. Miami's played 4 teams better than Oregon, in my opinion. And Ohio State's a common opponent. And I thought Miami I watched both games. I thought Miami was more dominant in that game. Ohio State misses a 27-yard field goal that would have pushed the game potentially to overtime. Ryan Day goes for 4th and 1 from the 5-yard line when he could have tied the game. I mean, and I just find it funny that going into that game, Ohio State was this most people thought Ohio State was going to win easily, and
Best
then
team in the world.
and they were the best team on the planet, and then Indiana wins, and now you're hearing podcasts and national media pundits saying Indiana's been the best team in the country all season long.
Oh yeah.
You mean until like December? What, since December like 8th? When was that? When you were voting in Ohio State as the number one team?
Number one team.
What was that in the CFP? Voting the number one for the entirety of the CFP. They don't even make sense. So tell me, what do you think's going to happen in this game, Nick?
What I said last game, I was totally wrong. I picked Miami 31-14, huh?
I mean, that wasn't wrong. You got 31.
Damn, I got 31 right, huh?
31-27.
I
mean, if the ball would have been worse.
I think, Malachi Tony has
whatever you feel, man. It's okay.
No. Malachi Tony has another big game. I think this game close, Rudy. It's close. It's at home. It's close. 27-24.
Points, man.
27-24. Miami.
So you're taking the over.
The over.
27 points that by the way, Indiana's not given up 27 points all season.
They haven't given
just like Ohio State not giving up more than 16 points all year.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Big games. Miami got the home crowd. Home crowd carried them to the win, man. Rise off into the sunset unless he wants to come back for a 7th year. That's eligibility. People can find it somewhere somehow nowadays.
You know that one of Indiana's starting running backs is a 7th-year senior.
COVID injury.
I don't know what you got left, bro.
COVID injury.
Probably the COVID year because he came in at in 18.
Did your tight end finally leave?
He was horrible, man. That guy stunk. Yeah, he's gone. He was like an 8th or 9th year tight end.
Got 9 years.
That guy should have graduated a doctor.
How you leave?
This guy is a player. This guy is a 960-yard running back. They got 2,000-yard backs. He's one of them.
Yeah.
And he's a 7th-year player. So I presume he has a COVID year, a redshirt freshman year,
and an injury.
Probably a medical year, or maybe a medical year, and then maybe a grad transfer year or something like that.
So you're telling me he possibly could have one more year.
So my question, and this is where I'll also hit. I mean, I did a video where people from Indiana, of course, got triggered because it's becoming so easy to trigger folks. And just like you forget that you can also be honest that you have a lot of dudes that are older, and it's okay because that's the rule. I'm not hating the game. I'm not hating the player. I'm hating the game. I hate it. And I was honest about it. Carson Beck should not be in college anymore. Like he shouldn't be.
Well, he got his. Well, he had a red shirt.
He got a COVID and a medical. He had a red shirt. He had a red shirt, and then a medical. He never had or a red shirt and a grad transfer year. I'm not
Co-
sure either.
COVID and a grad transfer.
Yeah, because he
So
didn't
that's
play
his
his
two.
first year. He sat. He sat. So I'm not sure. I don't know. We got three dudes on 6 years. We got him, we got CJ Daniels, and we got Akeem Mesdor. Those are all 6 year guys.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
man, it's the
Mesdor
system now, man.
Mesdor had an
I'm
injury
not.
where he didn't play. CJ Daniels had an injury. So I'm not sure. I think maybe they had medical and grad transfer years.
I'm
So
not mad at Cincinnati for building his team like this. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm at fucking Indiana, uh, not known for football. I brought my
I
players from
mean,
JMU. Yeah, they're older, but
I'm
nobody
just
wanted
saying.
these players.
But again, I'm not saying that it's a problem. I'm saying that
No,
like
no,
let's not act like he's growing a team with a bunch of 18, 19, 20, 21 year olds. He's
that's
growing it. He's
impossible.
growing it with grown fucking men.
Yeah,
They're grown men, and and and,
yeah.
and consider the fact that Malachi Tony was 17 in September
And he's still the best player on the field.
on the field.
That's
He's the
crazy.
he's the best blocker on the field. He's the best player
Rudy,
on the field.
why is he?
He
Why are
blocks
they insert?
beast
Why are they insert the smallest guy to block to kick out on DNs and linebackers and insert it into the B gap
because
to,
he's a
to pick up?
beast.
That's crazy.
Because he
That's
has
special.
no fear, Nick,
That's special. That's special, Rudy.
and he's
I
blocking
saw that
them.
a couple times, but I know you were live, so I didn't write you. I was
No,
like, "Yo,
and he's
are you
blocking them.
watching him? Are you
Yes.
watching what number 10 is doing?
They don't know. They don't even see it.
He's like 175, 180.
He's so goddamn small.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
He's so
Some
small.
people just got hurt.
You
He's
know,
small. He looks 5'7", 5'8" on field.
he's small. I've been in the room and he's small. He's Ty size. He weighs more than Ty, but he's Ty's height.
Mm.
Yeah, he's small. And it's what's funny? One of the previews I heard. Oh, Malachi Tony's been fumbling the ball too. Like you guys are looking for anything, man. But when Mendoza fumbled the ball back into his own arms against Oregon, you said nothing, right? Like, when Mendoza threw a pick six against Oregon, you said nothing, right? When he throws the pick against Ohio State, you said nothing, right? Come on, man.
What we talking about? Texas A&M and Ohio State game, right?
What?
Those two fumbles.
It was Texas A&M. He fumbled, and in Ohio State he fumbled twice, and came right back.
Got it back.
Came right back to him. He didn't fumble against Ole Miss.
It couldn't even touch him. He couldn't. Rudy, let's talk about that catch. I'm sorry. Let's before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not the best catch you've ever seen?
It was
Top 5.
It was pretty outstanding.
Oh my God. Like, I didn't know what happened until I saw the replay.
He went up with the
One
opposite
hand.
The opposite hand, in fact, because I thought
Brought it.
I mean, he's going the other direction, and he's
brought it back to the other hand. That's special.
And
he
yeah,
gets his foot in. And he almost got his foot in. Oh my gosh.
You know what my frustration about that play was? It's not that it was ruled an incomplete pass, because it was. Like, that's the rule. Is that there's people like Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharp on Nightcap saying that's a catch.
No, it's not a catch. It's just an amazing play.
No, they're literally trying to argue, and I'm listening to
Hill. Was it Hill that got?
I'm sitting here and I'm listening to guys that play professional football trying to argue that he got his toe down first. That's not the rule, dummies.
No.
The rule is that's not a toe touch. A toe touch is what Omar, whatever his name is, for Indiana did in the end zone against Penn State. That was, he got his toe down, but if you just hopped off of his toe, then that's a catch.
Yeah, exactly.
But his heel came down.
Everything came down.
Yeah, like this has been the rule. Why are former professional athletes trying to argue that that's a catch?
He got that down by like a millisecond before the whole. No, that's not how it goes.
No, that junk was crazy. Like that catch was.
I don't care. That's one of the best. That's one of the best catches I ever seen. Because you're going one way, you catch it.
He's
with
going
one
that
hand,
way, and he catches it with his arm.
And bring it back to the other arm.
That was ridiculous.
And you're 5'3", and you're jumping in the air and catching. Hey,
So
that was special. And And then Rudy, he gets a 3-yard out or whatever whatnot. He's tackled.
He
He
breaks that
breaks
tackle
this
from the neck.
tackle.
That guy's wrapped
Don't
around his
fall.
arm leg like that.
He catches himself from going on the ground because anything touches, you're down, and gets the first down on one of the big. That's a big. That's
Yeah, they would be kicking a field goal probably instead. It's for a
oh
touchdown.
my!
It's for a touchdown that possession.
I'm a believer, man. That kid's. I like him.
So, I'll give my prediction on Friday.
All right.
Obviously, I think Miami's gonna win, but I give my score on Friday, and I'll give my complete breakdown on Friday, and I'll have some more stuff before then.
I got a feeling you're going about 24-10. Don't you can save it, but I'll wait.
I think it's gonna be a very good game. Like I think it's gonna be a fight. All right.
Okay.
But there's just no way these guys are gonna have gone through what they've gone through and lose now. There's no way. There's just no way. And there's a story within a story that people aren't talking about all that much. Corey Heatherman was Kirk Cignetti's defensive coordinator at James Madison. So the Miami DC was the DC at James Madison under Cignetti, and Mike Shanahan was the OC under Cignetti at James Madison, and they coached with each other. So Cignetti knows Heatherman. He's raved about him. Shanahan knows Heatherman. This is going to be the ultimate chess match. Because these guys' tendencies because you coached with them for so long.
Yeah, practice every day.
Like, bro, they're gonna have this is gonna be the ultimate chess match. I mean, this is
the code word. So Indiana's switching up words that they'll normally say because he understands it. He's telling his team, hey, they say this and this and this. This is what this means.
This is gonna be this is the game within the game, and I think it's so cool. Like there are people that are worried about this guy that was at Miami all year, Brock Schott, who transferred to Indiana in the portal already, and he's already at Indiana. And people saying, well, he's probably telling them everything. Yeah, and so
let's stop it.
You want to know what I got? You know what I got up front? I got 345, 325, 305, 350, and 340 on the front line. I don't care if you know everything I'm going to do. Are you really going to bring up 8 guys into the box? Because if
most players don't, but you don't know. Even when I went to Calgary and they were asking me about
Nick, but he was in Miami in December.
No, I get it.
He was in December. He just transferred like a week and a half ago.
What is going on with college football? Can we fix this?
You shouldn't even allow him on your campus until after.
Can we fix this, man?
There's
some things that just don't make sense. Like, okay, it's right in your face. Like, don't make sense. Like, I can see if we found loopholes, but there are no loopholes. These are just holes. They're just holes, and we're so smart that we're dumb that we can't fix the simple things about college football to maintain the self-righteousness. I guess nobody has that, or dignity,
the
purity of the league. I guess whatever. Who cares?
Who is it?
Royal Rumble out there. It's Royal Rumble out there.
The Hurricanes offered Ty Simpson reportedly $6.5 million to leave the draft and come to Miami for next year. The Alabama quarterback
that plays at Alabama.
Alabama, yeah, he's in the draft because they took Cam Ward from the draft. They took Beck from the draft.
Better off rolling
apparently
Simpson out the dirt and get him.
And apparently, I'll tell you what, he actually fits because he's actually he fits what we do, but at the same time he's sitting here saying it would be wrong of me to do it because of what I built at Alabama. The hell did you build? 11-14? You were a bench warmer for 4 years.
He played 1 year.
You were 11-4. You were 11-4.
Let that kid have some morals, man. Have some self-dignity about his college football.
It won't be a first-round pick. God, oh my Jesus!
It was just a first round. It was just a first round pick a month ago.
A month ago, not anymore. I think I don't know what Miami's gonna do there in terms of quarterback for next year, but Who knows?
Who's your backup?
Maybe Malachi Tune becomes a quarterback next year.
Okay,
The backup is Emory Williams,
he's been
and
there
the other backup is the other backup is the other backup is Luke Nickel, and then we got Coleman coming in from Orlando Jones.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're gonna do right now. I don't know. I really don't know. Like it's all up in the air at this point. Again, today's the 14th. There could be someone that comes out by the 16th. This is the difference between last year to this year with only having one transfer portal window, is that you're not gonna have another chance to go grab somebody later on. So you need to get it done now. Let's move on, man. So Nick has Miami 27-24 over the Indiana Hoosiers. And yes, when the parade is, I don't know where they're gonna have the parade, but God, I will be at that parade. Like that parade, I ain't missing.
Usually like 2 days after.
It's Wednesday or Thursday, so I'm literally working my schedule that week around this parade because my kids are not gonna go to school that day. Like they're not going to school. We're going to the parade.
Yeah.
Rudy,
I ain't drinking alcohol no more, man.
Jake, you're always scared, Jake. Stop being scared. You're always scared. Stop being scared, man. All right, let's jump.
We got this, man.